Hello, my name is Matt1, and welcome to my review of Logan. This movie was super intense and a perfect way to end the X-Men franchise or the Wolverine franchise. Seeing Wolverine like this for the very first time, and like seeing how all fans want him to be like violent and rated R-ish and blood everywhere, it's a really treat to I guess have this finally be the last movie to do this with, even though they should have done it, made rated R versions of Wolverine before. I guess children being myself during that time as well couldn't see it, but I guess since I guess a lot of the fans that were kids in the 2000s and now 17 years later, they're older now and probably not kids anymore like me, can see it now and be happy with all this grittiness. I'm happy, the rest of the fans are happy. So be it. Bring on more rated R movies. And also, you can't bring back Logan. Can't bring back the Wolverine unless some other company wants to put him in the cinematic universe. You know, I mean, Disney. To fight the Hulk. Possibly. Hugh Jackman doesn't want to fight the Hulk, but he can't because he's not in the cinematic universe. You hear me, Disney? Hear me, Fox? So, this movie takes place in the future of 2029, and Logan is a limo driver, and when we first see Logan, he's like in the, I guess, on the border between Mexico and I guess New Mexico or something around there. He's like sleeping in the limo and I guess tired nights from driving around people a lot, and people try to steal his tires. He says, don't do that, and they don't care. They shoot him, and he gets back up, but not get back up as the usual way he'll get back up, more in a slow old man way. Well, we see him get back up and they're like very surprised by it, and then we get to see him go all out on these people. Like, he's stabbing people, he's like cutting off legs, and it's just like, man, it really is a treat to see him like this. Like, even though it's not bad guys, it's just like random people, and like, I guess he deserve it to try and steal his tires from his limo. And it's also very sad to see when like after that scene, he's in a gas station trying to take out all these bullets that's in him. It takes place from the old man Logan story, so where he's like, his healing factor's wearing off on him and he's just taking out the bullets. He has scars, so he's not healing like he used to heal. It's really sad to see him like this, like weary and stuff like that, even though he can still like fight. He has old man strength. Well, the last X-Men movie, we can't forget our leader, Professor X. Think where Professor X is, like, it's at somewhere on the border of Mexico or possibly in Mexico, something like that. And like with him is like the guy named Caliban. He was in X-Men Apocalypse, but it's not the same character. And I also did not review that movie because it was during my no computer stage, and I possibly, it's so much to do during the summer and whatever, I don't know. But also that movie wasn't like, it's fine, but it was okay. Nothing spectacular, but it's just like it was average. But yeah, this guy is in Logan, but played by a different character now. So yeah, because the reason why he's out there, because I think a few years ago on like someone on the radio that Logan was listening to said there was like a giant incident where all the mutants just died. It said like in the year 2020, something like that, mutant died except for Wolverine and Professor X. And probably a few others, we don't know. So the reason why Professor X out it is so he won't bring any harm to anyone else because of what he did a few years ago, like in 2020, something like that. He killed all the X-Men. And he also has these seizures that causes all this stuff to kill people. And that's why he's out there in the middle of nowhere. So he won't bring any harm to no one, so he won't kill anyone like he did a few years ago. So let's talk about some of these characters that involve the plot, like Gabriella and this Donald character. So, this guy named Donald yeah, is looking for this lady named Gabriella because he has something important to her. And he randomly finds him this park somewhere, and he's asking him, like, have you seen her? When he actually did see her, but he didn't know that it was her. Well, he saw this Gabriella person, like, when he was leaving, like, in the cemetery, when he was, like, driving people around. And Donald asked if you see this person, call me, and gives him his card. And, like, another thing about this, because he said it's, like, I'm a big fan. If you didn't know that, like, it seems like the X-Men in this world are kind of like celebrity superheroes, like in how Marvel does it with the Avengers, so something like that. It's pretty cool to think about it, and pretty sad that we don't get to see this at all. Like, 3 movies of the original X-Men, 2 of them are great, and they were always treated as the monsters or mutants, and we don't get to see any of that hero greatness that we see from Marvel Studios, so they're heroes. So, but Logan doesn't seem to be fond of this guy. Like, he does seem like get the hell out of my car. Well, I think he does know where Gabriella is. I think he before the scene or after the scene where he passes by the hotel. I think it's after. Also, Donald keeps tabs on Logan. He knows that Professor X is in the desert somewhere, and he also like finds out that somewhere in Mexico, like he knows that like there was a bunch of bodies in the desert somewhere, and then some of these bodies got their arms cut off, legs cut off, some sort of blade, chop people in like tiny pieces, and be spread everywhere. So he knows stuff. So if Logan would try anything funny, he would know or try and get what he wants. Donald doesn't know is that Gabriella is at hotel. So Logan sees the hotel, goes up to the hotel, and she's there, but like, and she's injured, and Logan's asking a bunch of questions of who did this to you, why are you running, and like she says this stuff like it's like her boyfriend's after her or whatever. Like if he's made to believe that that's her boyfriend and the girl with her is her kid, when we know it, we will find out later. We'll talk a little bit more about her, but he is led to believe that Donald is her boy. She asks help from Logan to like take her to North Dakota, and gives her $20,000. Once you get there, there'll be more when you get there. He seems to struggle with this idea of like helping this person. Like, is it the right thing to do? Like, what if she could be lying or something? He seems like he's like struggling with the idea of it. Like, am I doing the right thing or am I not doing the right thing? He accepts it and he'll help her back. He said he'll be back in the morning to help her. So Logan goes back to the hotel the next day and he finds Gabriella dead and the girl missing. So he goes back to the desert and like he thinks that they might be coming for him, like Donald's men. So he tries to prepare himself, getting things, and then he finds a backpack, a little girl's backpack in the trunk. So Laura must have sneaked in probably like, I don't know if it was last night or during that day. And Charles is fond of her. He is talking to her in Spanish, but I think most likely he always talks to her in the head. Well, since he can read minds, and since she's like mute throughout the whole film. So Donald and his men do come, and they're looking for her, and ask where's the girl. Wolverine says she's not here, and like managed to not come out. I think it was Caliban that was not coming out, or it could have been Wolverine. It's a little fuzzy right now, but either way, he gets knocked out, and then Caliban takes him off to like the middle of the road to like dump his body, whatever, or possibly kill him, whatever. Who knows? It's rated R, so yeah. Well, when Caliban's on the road, his car breaks down. Tries to change the tires, and guess what? Donald wakes up. Meanwhile, at the ranch, we see that Charles is talking to a lawyer, bonding with a lawyer as well, a little bit. But when Logan is packing up to like get out of there, he sees trucks coming, and he gets Charles, and like, well, Charles is also yelling out, "Get Laura, get Laura!" He's not worrying about her right at this moment. So all the cars and trucks surrounds Logan's limo, and Logan's asking where Caliban is. Donald's not answering, and Donald's men overpowers Wolverine because well, first of all, he's old and he's not the young as he used to be. It is pretty sad seeing Logan not holding his ground as usual. Managed to beat the shit out of everyone, but he can't right now because he's very old! Old man Logan! Well, and also Logan's not telling her that he doesn't have the girl, and his men just go inside the house, and what the men expect, and those men get their asses beaten by a little girl, or get killed by a little girl. It's very gruesome to see, like, little kid having a severed head and just throwing it on the ground. That's disturbing but funny, kind of, because you would never see that, like, ever, unless it's a horror movie, but this is a rated R superhero movie, so. And we also get some more gory action with Laura and Logan and the killing people and the stabbing people. Even like you see her like a harpoon gets shot through her. It's just like, holy shit, they went all out for this movie. They didn't even care if it's a kid that you see him get hurt. I guess like you do care about like seeing a little kid get hurt, but it is a rated R movie, so I guess it makes sense. If it's like a PG movie, you don't want to see kids get hurt, or you don't want to see kids get hurt at all, but it's just like, it's like a next level stuff kind of. You'd never expect something like this to like ever happen. Like seeing like all this blood, even kids get hurt, grown-ups get hurt. It's just like, it's all around madness, all around bloody madness. It's just like, I said before, I did not expect to see something like this. It's just like gruesome almost, but also kind of exciting because like she does get out of it and starts kicking people's asses. It's really great. So after all that bloody madness, they do manage to get out of there like with the limo, and like they're shooting at him, and then limo's just like taking all the damage. I do find it kind of cool that Laura is aware of what she is doing as they're doing it. Like we do find out later that she was trained for like I guess, to be a weapon. So they manage to get out of there, like, in the most cheesiest way. The limo hops over the train, and some train tracks where the train is just going by. Like, they make it, oh, boom, they made it, and then, darn it, foiled again, kind of moment. It's funny to see something like this in a, like, serious rated R movie, when, like, the one part where it's just goofy. I really thought the train was gonna hit it or something like that, or I thought it was gonna get hit, but still go on. Whatever. Old Donald still has Caliban captured, and he can track mutants, so I guess he's gonna use him later. He's gonna use him later to find Logan and the professor. I think I forgot to mention that Logan took Gabriella's phone from her hotel when she was looking at it, found out that she was dead. I think I forgot to mention that, but like, so he has her phone, and he looks at it, that it has like all this stuff about like training kids to be weapons. Like, they're making girls pregnant with former mutants DNA, and then training these kids to make them soldiers, warriors, whatever. Mostly soldiers, raising them from birth to make them a living weapon. And like, Gabriella and the rest of the nurses just want these kids to be kids sometimes too, the rest of the organization. And also, like, they were going to terminate these kids because, like, so most of these kids, once kids have powers and they know how to use the powers, they're gonna go against the people who are making them use as weapons, so that then they're gonna terminate them. And then that's when you see Gabriella freeing them in her video. Like, it's perfectly well shot, like, even though it's like she's even filming them while they're releasing. Like, can you use both hands to like open a cage or whatever? Or, you do have a card, but like, you're swiping a card, and filming at the same time. This is kind of ridiculous, and like, again, it is a little cheesy for a rated R movie like this, serious rated R movie like this. It's still kind of funny to think about it. So they do go to a hotel. I think it's Vegas, probably. Like, they do try to like rest for a bit, but well, since they have Callahan and they're tracking them, and then they find them at the hotel, and then that's where we get Professor X has another one of his breakdowns. But we do get another cool scene where you see like Wolverine like holding on to his strength to the walls while Charles is like making freezing everybody, and he's the only one that can he's the strongest one to like not be frozen, and he's like that like calling, and also killing people while he's frozen. That's an easier way to knock somebody out. Even Laura's pretty strong. Like, she's like handing Logan the serum to like make him not do that. Also, I forgot, like, Charles is supposed to take some medicine to not have his powers activate, and I guess like he's not been doing that. Crazy old man. He's an old school singer. Logan, Laura. I'm sorry for making fun of him, but this just seems a little ridiculous to see all these guys old and weary. And wasn't he born in 1930? He's like 100 years old now, or going to be 100 years old. He's like 90 in this movie. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. We have to be Logan. But it's also pretty scary that he could do all this since some of his men are dead. They should get out of there freely. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So when they're on the road, they actually run into this family that got their horses loose because I think one of those automatic trucks hits them. That is also very unsafe to see automatic trucks with no human. They're just going straight. It's just ridiculous. When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Do you have automatic trucks in the future without no drivers? That was just weird. It was too weird. People can get hurt, and horses can get loose. That family asked them to stay with them for the night, and they do go with the family, while Logan is helping the father out with some business in the field with electricity. Charles is getting ready for bed, and then a clone Wolverine comes and kills him. You think it's the real Wolverine, and also wait, what's happening here? And you find out he looks young, and it's a clone of Wolverine. It's a clone of Hugh Jackman. It's a clone, and that clone kills Charles, and it also kills the rest of the family and kidnaps Laura. If they make it a successful clone, then why do they need Laura, actually, kind of? Are they trying to brainwash her or something like that? If it's a perfectly successful clone, it's called X-24, still kind of weird if they can make more clones like this. Then why do they need Laura? Are they just trying to brainwash her or something like that? Or trying to use her or something? Or knows that she's a threat and wants to kill her? Let's do it right there then. So we do see some fights. And also there's also a lot of people that were having an argument with Logan and that father of the family. Turf, whatever. And it's funny to see those guys get killed and get their just desserts. It was really surprising. Wait, he cut off his head, I think. Holy shit. I just remember that he cut off his head. And the movie's graphic. They fight for a bit, and they manage to get away from the clone, and like Donald and the doctor that created the clone and whatnot. Well, the dad, the family's not dead. He does ram into the clone and into like a tractor or whatever, or one of those tractors with the needles and stuff like that, like to like cut the grass, the fields, whatever. I don't know. That stops him for a little bit, and the father dies after that. That family just got murdered. Like, holy shit. Also, like, seeing families get murdered is very scary. And, like, what the hell? But man, this movie's so good still. And, like, it's like, oh my god. Like, with its story and the way everything happens, kind of like the Terminator almost. With a lot of people dying, but, like, overall the story's still good. Like, not the dying part, like, people, like, it's just, like, seeing these characters, like, survive through this chaos. After all that and managing to get away, Logan is still badly injured from, like, that battle with the clone, and he's still trying to healing factors, like, slowly healing. It's just like not as fast as it used to, and like he faints, but Laura actually manages to drive the car and takes him to the doctor. And the doctor's very fascinated by mutants, and he wants to study him more, but he can't go. And then we also find out that Laura can actually speak. Well, like I said earlier, like she's been speaking with Charles in his head, and like also Laura that knows that Logan is slowly dying. And it's very I really like when she goes like, let me drive. The little girl is very serious, and like very fascinating to see child actors that good, actually. Most likely they're horrible, but like, she's pretty good at this. So Laura managed to take them to North Dakota, and we do find the kids there. Like, and then like do patch up Wolverine a little bit, or like try and help him, and also try and give him like the adrenaline medicine. Also, Laura finds an adamantium bullet and says, "What's this?" Oh, adamantium is the only thing. He says it's an adamantium bullet, or he says, "You know what it is." I think he says, "You know what it is." Something like that. It's the only thing that can kill me or whatever. Like he wants like this endless living of immortality. Well, it does get kind of like boring at some point probably, and I guess you do want to die. I guess sometimes people truly don't want to live forever, and they just want to die at one point. Probably even immortals people, even if it's like, well, like if you like want to be immortal, you want to be immortal. If you don't know you're immortal, you probably want to die. That's the thing. Like Logan, he didn't know he was going to be immortal, and he ends up being immortal, and then half immortal at least, and he just wants to die. So these kids want to try and get to like across Canada to get to the safe zone or something like that, or I think somebody's trying to wait for them somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember. It's kind of fuzzy. Also, these kids managed to like cut Wolverine's hair look like the old man Logan from the comics. It's kind of like funny to see something like that. Well, when he was asleep, stop it, don't do this. And he ends up looking like old man Logan from the comics. So like, I guess like the next day, these kids like are running through the forest, and like they left Logan there, and he doesn't actually want to go with them or something like that. He doesn't want to go with them, and like, well, yeah. And like, I think he does see like helicopters trying to go for them. So he takes that adrenaline medicine and a needle to like put it in, and like he goes for it, and for one final battle through that forest, we see the Wolverine again. Crazy Wolverine again. Slashing people. Like, we still see like crazy Wolverines throughout earlier in the film, but this one's like really crazy. During this one final battle, Laura joins him, and like, slashing everything. Like, you could probably put like the Batman, like, pow, man, over it. It'd be still hilarious. It'd still be kind of fun too to see something like that, even though that's kind of cheesy. I would love to see something like that. I should probably do that. Also, one final battle with the clone Wolverine, and like, they do like still a lot of bloody stuff. Like, also these kids kill some people too. Not just Logan, I think. Also, you see kids killing adults. More kids killing adults, actually. Well, we see one kid killing adults, and now more kids killing adults. Amazing. Well, these kids do end up getting captured, and then Logan does save them, and then we get to see the final battle with the clone, and then with the Wolverine. He does get badly injured by the clone, and like he gets stabbed from right here. And then Laura like finds an old gun, and then like pulls the adamantium that has like the barrel on, not the barrel, the spinning thingy, not the magazine or whatever. She puts it in, goes for it, shoots him. Boom, clone gone, because still clone Wolverine. Adamantium will kill Wolverine brain, but Wolverine is dying, and it is very sad moment to see this. And like, with his character we know for like 17 years, and now he's gone, or is he? I did tear up a little bit, but not for Charles. I tear up for like Wolverine. I think as a kid I was more attached to like the main character and like the characters like the way you want to see, instead of the guy that's the boss or leader or whatever. I was more attached to like our main heroes. And then in the original X-Men, Wolverine does look like the main hero of like the first X-Men movie. Like also Rogue too, though. But like I should probably get to review those one day probably, or something like that. But yeah, I felt more emotional when I saw Logan dying than Charles dying. That's my story. So the kids bury Logan, or the Wolverine, and then like after one to bury, like they do leave a cross, and then Laura takes the cross and puts it to X, stands for X-Men. So, is this the end of the original X-Men franchise? Yes, probably. Or not. We have Laura probably. Or we might see, well, Hugh Jackman did say if he does want to fight the Hulk, and like he wants to see Wolverine fight the Hulk, that's what he wants to do. If Marvel and Disney ask him like, come back, come join us, he will do Wolverine again, but I don't know if he will. It all depends on what happens here on now. So, that's the review for Logan. What do you think of this movie? This movie, for me, is like a 9.5 out of 10. Sounds good? Really good? Right? So what do you think about Logan? Please leave a comment down below, give me a like if you're helping out, and subscribe for more. I've been Matt One, and see you later.